Hey guys, it's Jaclyn, and today I wanted to film a makeup tutorial on kind of like a no makeup look, if you know what I mean. I'm always really inspired when I see people like Gigi Hadid and her makeup. It always looks very minimal, but still really gorgeous and glowy and fresh and really polished and put together. So I wanted to do kind of my take on that minimal makeup look. I think though a common misconception with that type of makeup look is that you're not supposed to use a lot of products, but I think that's totally not the case. There's definitely a way to wear a full face of makeup, but really make it look really natural and gorgeous, and make it look very minimal, even if you're using a lot of products. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's hop into the tutorial. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop on a bit of foundation. The foundation that I'm using is really glowy and it looks like skin when it's on. It doesn't look like matte and really heavy and powdered. So that's why I like this one. I'm using the Nars Sheerglow. This color is a bit darker than my natural skin tone, but it's okay. It's just gonna kind of blend in and make your face look a bit more tanned. So I'm just gonna take a beauty blender and just pat that all on my skin. The great thing about a beauty blender is that it makes your makeup look very natural because it is a sponge, so it's going to absorb some of the product and it's really going to disperse it evenly on your skin. So I always like to go for a beauty blender whenever I'm trying to do a very minimal looking makeup. I'm actually just going to apply a bit more for a bit more coverage. Next, I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting and contouring, so I'm just taking the MAC Prep and Prime highlighter here. And I really want to bring a lot of light to my face so it looks very fresh and awake. So I'm just going to apply that wherever I feel necessary. Okay, and then for a contour color, I'm actually going to take a darker foundation. This one here is maybe 1 or 2 shades darker than my normal color. And this is really just going to act as a really natural and blendable color to add some definition back into my face. So I'm just going to take that on my fingers here. And I'm just gonna apply that to any region of the face that I want to be a bit more defined. And this is actually just gonna be the base for our highlighting and contouring. I normally like to do a cream layer first and then go in with a powder afterwards. Okay, and here comes the fun part. Just take your beauty blender and blend everything together. You can really see already how much definition this has brought to my face. And don't forget to blend under your jaw. Never want a harsh foundation line. You know what? For some reason the highlight doesn't seem to be popping as much as I would like. I'm actually gonna go in with an even lighter color. This is a lighter foundation. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over those areas with the lighter color. Okay, there we go. That's really popping how I want it to. Okay, so now that we have our base of our highlight and contour, we're just gonna bake it all in place. If you don't know what baking is, you basically just take a loose powder and you really press it into the skin and you let it sit for like 5 to 10 minutes and then you sweep it away. It's just gonna really make sure that everything stays locked in place. And I'm just gonna use a darker yellow powder for the contoured areas. Kim Kardashian's makeup artist says he uses this type of powder all the time on Kim, so I thought I would try it out. Okay, so I think that's all the baking that I'm gonna do today. I want this to still look really fresh and glowy, so I don't want to use too much powder, but don't worry, I know this looks a little crazy right now, but we're gonna sweep it all away. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes now, and now I'm just gonna sweep away all the extra powder that I have. Okay, so now everything is set in place. Like I said, I'm just gonna reinforce some of that highlighting and contouring with some powders. So I have this Makeup Forever one here. I'm gonna use that shade, obviously. And then actually, to get a more defined line, I'm just gonna put a business card or whatever straight edge you have. And I'm just gonna pop that there. And that's gonna really make sure that you get that really defined line. And don't forget to blend that out. You don't wanna look silly. I'm just gonna contour my nose a little bit too, just to give it a bit more definition. And I'm just gonna blend that out with a fluffy brush. Okay, so the contour on the nose is looking a little harsh in real life, but don't worry, I'm sure Facetune can fix that. I'm just gonna add a little bit more just to kind of balance it out, I think. Okay, I'm just gonna stop fussing with it for now. I'll come back to that later if it still really stands out. Okay, and now we're gonna move on to one of my favorite parts of makeup, which is adding a glowy highlight. So I have this one here, it's the Loumanizer, and this thing is just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna take that and just, again, kind of go over any of the places that we highlighted earlier. See, that is that Gigi Hadid glow that I was talking about. So fresh looking. So make sure you add lots of that highlight. That's gonna be what really gives it that fresh and dewy look. So be generous with this step. I want to add a bit more highlights to the cheek. I'm just going to take the pan here and rub it directly onto my skin. Ah, there we go. The key is to really blend it all together. You can really never blend too much. That's what's going to make it look really natural. Okay, now let's add a pop of color to our cheeks. I'm going to use this blush here from Rodial. This is in the shade South Beach. It's such a gorgeous, like springy, baby pink kind of color. So I'm going to pop that on a brush and pop that on my cheeks. I think when you're doing such a bright color like this, really just make sure it's on the apple of the cheek, otherwise it might be a little too overwhelming. But I think if you just kind of smile and focus it right in the center, that'll look really nice. And then just to make sure everything looks really dewy and really fresh, I'm going to take that Fix Plus and spray it all over my skin. This is really just going to make sure that it doesn't look too powdery. Okay, so let's move on to eyes. I'm gonna take some eyeshadow. Oh, wait, eyeshadow. I need to do brows. How could I forget brows? Brows are like the key to any makeup look. They frame your face. Like, I cannot live without brows, honestly. So I'm just gonna take the Anastasia Dipbrow here and a little angled brush, and I'm just gonna fill in my brows. Thick eyebrows are really in, and they've been in for a while. So I'm just gonna follow the natural shape of my eyebrow, but just make them a little bit fuller. Okay, so brows done. Let's move on to the eyes. Since I want to keep this really natural looking, I'm going to stick to more like earth tones and more neutral shades. So I'm just taking my very beloved Original Naked palette. So starting with a big fluffy brush, I'm just going to pop a matte soft brown through my crease. I'm going to cheat the crease a little higher than where it actually is, just because that's going to really open the eyes up and make you look really fresh and awake and well rested. Next, I'm going to take a bit darker of a shadow. This one here is called Darkhorse. And since we are going to be using a bit darker of colors, I want something to catch the fallout. So I've got these little sticky notes here. So it'll also help kind of keep a defined edge. So I'm just going to take a flat shader brush and just pop that all over the lid. And then I'm just going to blend everything together. I feel like I've already said this, but really the key to any no makeup look or a really natural look is blending everything out. As soon as you see like a harsh line, that's going to be a dead giveaway. So just blend, blend, blend. Next, I'm going to use a little bit of a black gel eyeliner. I find normally in like traditional no makeup looks, people tend to stay away from black eyeliner. But I find if you just take a little bit and kind of blend it into the upper lash line, it just makes the lashes appear a lot fuller and you can barely even tell that you're wearing it. Okay, so I'm all done doing the eyeliner. I'm not really sure if you'll be able to see it too well on camera. It's just kind of softly blended in the upper lash line up there. It just kind of, you know, emphasizes the eyes and makes them pop a little bit more. Okay, so next I'm just going to apply some false lashes here. These ones are pretty natural looking. I just like to put on falsies because I've got really short eyelashes naturally. But if you have long and dark lashes, you can skip this step. I'm just going to pop on a little bit of mascara just to blend the false lashes with my natural lash. If you want the lashes to be even more subtle, you could even opt for like a brown mascara. Okay, so that totally just brought like the whole look together. I'm really loving how this is looking so far. Next, all we have left to do is our lips. So I'm gonna grab a lip liner here. So I'm just using this neutral kind of baby pink. This is really gonna give you that natural plump full lip. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go over top with this really beautiful matte liquid lipstick. This color is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so the lip is all done. I'm absolutely in love with this color. It just makes your lips look so full and plump and just so beautiful. I'm in love with it. So that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh, wait. Actually, I forgot one last thing. Black eyeliner.